الله رحيم الله مالك الله قدوس الله.
On it?
Yeah, I'm curious. So what do you think the distinction between potency and act is?
I mean, what's the argument for that, though?
Yeah, right. So like the potency of a thing, it means it can only get actualized by something outside of the same thing, right? That's
What's the argument for that?
Yeah, so potency is defined by the potentiality of a thing, and potentiality cannot be actualized within itself, because if it's actualized within itself, then it's not potency, right? Because potency is defined for the potential.
No, it can be actualized within itself. And I look, I can tell you right now, I affirm intrinsic change. I affirm potency, and I affirm intrinsic change. What's the P and not P?
Oh yeah, so potency cannot be self-evident. Yeah, so potency can't be self-caused, because potency implies the actualization of another thing.
What's the argument that it has to be external?
There's no way for potency to actualize itself, because if potency actualizes,
You're just asserting that.
No, I'm not. I'll substantiate it.
It's God actualizing. Look, it's going to be something. The act is going to be intrinsic, but it's temporal. What's the P and not P?
Yeah, I'll explain. So, like potency, you said potency doesn't necessarily have to be external.
Yeah, what's the argument?
Yeah, so because if potency isn't external and if potency is internal, then it's already actualized and it's not necessary. Then it's not defined as
No,
potency.
it's not already actualized. No, we don't affirm atemporal. We don't affirm atemporal causation. We affirm temporal. We affirm that it's
Yeah, but God isn't subject to any form of temporality, so that's a false.
What's the argument for that? Why should I be committed to your
because then you're implying something that's above God, which would be time.
I believe that God changes intrinsically. What's the P and not P?
Yeah, so he can't change because change implies time again. God isn't
and what's the problem with that?
Yeah, you have to substantiate that an omniscient, omnipresent God is subject to time.
What's the entailment?
Yeah, the burden of proof would be on you to substantiate.
No, it's not. No.
You made the claim that
I'm telling you, God acts in time. How we know cause and effect? We know the cause precedes the effect. Per the principle of causality, if the and just based on how we know how causality works, if you're a realist about causality, about causation, then you know that causation is known to be temporal. You know that the cause is known to be temporal, but then when it comes to God, you just special plead and say somehow the effect is not eternal along with the cause.
There's two distinct. There's two forms of causality.
I didn't finish speaking. So how are you telling me? I mean, why should I be committed to your view? I'm telling you that the cause is temporal. The act is going to be intrinsic to God, and I affirm intrinsic change. What is the P and not P?
Yeah, so you're conflating two forms of causality. Accidental causality and metaphysical causality are not synonymous. What you're just describing is accidental causality, which is subject to time and change and temporality, but that's not what we talk about when we're discussing metaphysical causality.
What is your account of atemporal causation? What is it?
What do you mean, what's my account of atemporal causation?
Explain what atemporal causation is.
Like atemporal causation?
Yeah, atemporal causation.
Yeah, because causation is not subject to time.
Causation is not subject to time.
No, your definition is causation. You just said that God can change subject to time, right?
I said atemporal causation because you affirm atemporal causation. What's the argument for it? What's your account of it? I just want to see if it's gibberish or not.
If it's gibberish or not?
Yeah.
I just gave my account for it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Can you define atemporal causation?
Yeah, causation that's like internal within itself.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, wait.
We affirm that the act is intrinsic, but it's temporal. That's not an account.
The burden of proof difference to that, sir.
Yeah, look. I just have
the burden of proof is on you because you said that I should be committed to God being pure act. Otherwise, He's not God. You're the one that. Hold on, Ajax. You're the. Hey. Hey, you said. Hold on. You said that we should be committed to pure act. Otherwise, God cannot be God. What is the argument for that?
Yeah, so my response to that was that for God to have potency implies an external subject may have effect on it. Then
what's the argument for that? What's the argument?
Because potency is defined as the external actualization of another subject's potency, right?
Of something external to the subject.
Yeah, so the potency of wood.
Show me.
Yeah, so the potency of wood to be hot, right? Like how does wood?
Yeah, but that's passive potency.
That's passive. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait, do you negate active potency for God?
Do I negate? Yeah, God has no potency.
No active potency?
Yeah, no, God has no active potency.
Bro, listen, hold on,
Oh,
Karan. People like this guy, these idiot Thomists who don't read books,
No. Hold on.
He's
Just one second,
negating
one
active
second.
potency.
First of all, Aquinas never even conceded to no active potency. Second of all, I wanted to clarify something really quickly.
Wait. How much money do you want to put on that? How much money do you want to put on that?
We can go to Summa Contra Gentiles right now.
They affirm active potency. Aquinas affirms active potency. You clown. You don't know what you're talking about. Don't
Yeah.
TikTok,
First of all, like you're
from
very slow. You
Discord,
don't
like
know
your
the
3
literature.
followers.
Look,
No one
this
knows
Omar,
you
one
coming
second.
up.
Because
Talking
this
about
guy's making
Aquinas.
a crazy
Talking about active potency. You don't even know what you believe
When you're
yourself.
talking about God is not subject to time, his actions are not subject to time. What does it mean for actions not to be subject to time when time is inherently defined by actions? Time is the succession of actions, and you're saying
measurement
actions
of
are not
change.
they're not subject to time.
That's accidental causality. That's not metaphysical causality.
But okay. So what's metaphysical causality?
Yeah, metaphysical causality is simultaneous causality. It's causality that happens within itself, like outside of time.
Simultaneous. Hold on. What do you mean simultaneous causality?
What did it say?
Do you believe that the cause precedes the effect, or is it simultaneous?
Simultaneous. That's what metaphysical causality
It's
is.
simultaneous. So you reject the principle of causality.
No, that's not the.
Hold on, wait.
Hold
So
on. What does the principle of causality state?
1 second.
You just buried yourself. What does the principle of causality state?
Give me 1 second. Because you said that.
What does the principle of causality state?
You said Aquinas doesn't claim this, which is really interesting.
I said, yeah, Aquinas does not concede to no active potency in God, and I can show you right now. Hold on, let me get it.
This is bad. This is what Justin told me too. He said the cause and he said the cause and the cause is done simultaneously with the effect. This is stupid. This is gibberish.
Yeah, right. So
Do you accept the principle of causality, or do you reject it?
1 second, I'll explain. In chapter 2, right, Aquinas, commenting on Aristotle, says, quote, "It is clear that when a thing moves because it is moved, the mover and the mobile object are moved simultaneously," right? Does that make sense?
I'm asking the cause and effect. Is it done simultaneously?
It is simultaneous, which means...
Okay, so do you accept the principle of causality?
Define the principle of causality.
No, I'm asking you. I want to see if
No,
you
I
know what
want
it
you to
is.
define the principle of causality.
No, because earlier you said you do accept it.
No, I want you to define principle of causality.
So then why did you earlier say that you know what it is?
Because I entered this conversation off the premise that it was like a genuine...
Ajax, why did you say that you affirm the principle of causality if you don't know what it is?
No, I know what it is. I just assumed you...
Then cash it out.
No, I necessitate you define it because you're making the positive claim.
Cash it out. No, because you earlier said that you know what it is.
Yeah, define the principle of causality.
No, you're going to.
You're positing yourself.
No, listen. I'm gonna make you define it because you're gonna eat your own words right now. You're gonna look stupid. You're gonna look stupid. You know why?
Okay,
because you said that the cause and effect is done simultaneously, but now you're saying that.
I just read you a quote. Wait. Are you gonna admit they said a false?
I don't care about what Aquinas says in some random book in Latin. I don't care.
Wait, you lied, right?
That's not what we said.
No,
we
you
said that Aquinas affirms active potency.
You said clearly that Aquinas does not state that. I just gave you a verse.
No, he said that Aquinas affirms active potency.
I'm getting it right now. That's not what we were talking about. We're talking about whether Aquinas affirms active potency or not, and you said he doesn't, and I'm about to. You're actually like a moron.
This guy is so slow. You can't even track the conversation. This is like the average tone.
How many times do you think?
Listen, Ajax. What is the principle of causality?
No, I want you to define it first because you're so.
No, I want you.
This is so disingenuous. It's horrible.
The reason why is because you. Okay, so then why? Okay, listen. Is it gibberish to you? Is it gibberish to you? Because why would you earlier say I know? Why did you accept it earlier?
Yeah, it's disingenuous to just constantly split like bashes and like.
Why did you accept the principle of causality earlier?
Frustrated, you just like start cursing. It's quite.
Is that like an argument? Because someone literally affirms something contradictory. Therefore, I'm upset. Yes, of course I am.
No, but it's okay for you to resort.
Okay. P, the principle of causality.
Wait. Are you going to acknowledge that it's pathetic for you to resort to foul language because you're upset because of an argument, right?
No, it's not because you know Ibn Sina, people who reject the law of excluded middle, he said that they should be whipped. So people like you who are from contradictions should be whipped.
Yeah, I'm not asking about what this is.
So Ajax, listen.
Framework, do you adhere to that? Does your ethical framework adhere?
So Ajax, listen. You said that you accept the principle of causality earlier, and you just said that the cause and effect is done simultaneous. Now, did you know the principle of causality? The cause precedes the effect. That's a contradiction.
Bro, I'm gonna let you recognize what you're doing.
You do know that for every effect, there's a cause that precedes it. No, because you literally affirm a contradiction.
No, because you're bugging.
Because you're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. It's because you're contradicting yourself. Listen, Ajax. You said that the cause and effect. Listen, Ajax. You're embarrassing yourself. Ajax, listen. Calm down. You said, listen, P.
No, you're the one who keeps
P. Cause and effect is done simultaneously, not P. The cause precedes the effect. Are you stupid?
One more time.
You affirm that you said that the cause and effect is done simultaneously, but the principle of causality, and then you affirm the principle of causality, but then in the same breath, you don't know that the principle of causality states that the cause precedes the effect, so it can't be simultaneous.
Yeah, show me.
Okay, wait, and now I have the quote too. Look,
You're asking me.
Summa Contra Gentiles,
hold on,
book
Ajax,
1,
hold on, Kalam,
chapter
Kalam,
16,
wait,
paragraph
wait.
4.
This guy's being dishonest. Earlier, you said that you know what the principle of causality is. Don't go to Google. Come back to Daddy. Come back. Don't
Hold
go
on.
to Google now.
Look,
thought
if
you
I
knew
had
what the
more
principle.
followers, I would put up the image right now.
Kalam, I thought that he knew what the principle of causality is. Why is he going to Google for it?
He's
This
a
is
moron.
embarrassing.
He
This
doesn't
is
even know that
embarrassing.
Aquinas doesn't reject active potency. Aquinas tried so hard.
Hold on.
Him, Maimonides, they all
Divine's a
tried
Catholic.
so
Divine's a
hard.
Catholic. Oh, he left.
Oh, now this
Wow.
guy dropped. Look, he's such a donkey.
clown.
He doesn't know they spent all their time trying to find a way out of necessitarianism. This guy concedes to it.
Embarrassing.
And I can show you right now. If I could, if I had like enough followers to bring up a picture, I would. But if you go to Summa Contra Gentiles, book 1, chapter 16, paragraph 6, he says that God has no potency that is passive potency. He says all the potency he denies in God.
Divine is in the comments. Divine is in the comments. He's a Catholic. Did Aquinas affirm active potency? Divine? Oh no, I think he left. Aquinas affirmed
No, they don't even know. No one who has read
So
Aquinas
stupid.
ever says that he rejects the active. Wallahi, I've read more Aquinas than that guy who just came up. No one who's read
Embarrassing.
Aquinas knows that. Everyone knows that he accepts active potency, because if he doesn't, what happens? You fall into 1,000 theological problems, and you fall into necessitarianism. Because if you say he couldn't act, otherwise, and he's like eternally acting, he should be like internally incarnate. Like he should always be incarnating, always be like coming to the earth.
No, like bro, what
Hikes to
pisses
the
me off,
earth. He's coming every
he
year.
was yapping in the comments like an arrogant clown, and then he comes up and he starts like, active potency. But if he has
No, my
potency, then it
favorite
means something
thing-
external actualized him. Okay, what's the argument for that? It's self-evident.
Yeah. I saw when he said
He's the
that.
first
You were
Thomist that I
picking-
ever heard. Wallah, he's
Yeah,
the
when
first,
he said
he's the first guy that I
self-evident.
ever heard who said that potency being negated for God is self-evident. What's the
the
argument for
funniest
that?
thing-
None.
The funniest thing, this guy is saying God's actions are not subject to time, even though time is literally defined by actions. Time is literally actions. Funniest thing, he was just saying, oh, you're limiting God's actions to time, and then he says they're simultaneous. Does the effect happen in time?
That's so brain dead.